Every day life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, February the 21st. Pleasure to have you with us. I've got two delightful ladies sitting right next to me to tell us about Science on Tap. I want to introduce you first of all to Arianna Soldante. Good to have you here,
Hello.
Arianna, and welcome to the United States from Milan, Italy.
Yes.
And we have Diana, here we go, Diana Klakoskaya. Right?
Perfect, yes.
All right, good to have you here,
Thank you,
Diana.
yes.
Now, Science on Tap. This is a special event. It's once a month, right?
Yes.
And graduate students get together and talk about different scientific topics. So the one that's occurring on February 22nd is what? Let's start with Arianna.
I'll be talking about volcanoes.
Volcanoes. Okay,
Yes.
tell me about what you'll be dealing with volcanoes.
Well, I'll especially be talking about how volcanoes create new land, new territory.
Yeah. Well, in Hawaii, new land is being created every day from Kilauea.
Exactly.
Kilauea continues to erupt and flows into the Pacific Ocean, and the big island of Hawaii keeps growing.
Yeah, it's been growing almost a square kilometers over the last 20 years, and that may not seem like much, but there are not very many places in the world where that is happening at all.
Yeah, so that's what you'll be dealing with, is a
Yes.
volcano. And are you going to touch on Mount Etna from your homeland also?
I'll try to, yes.
Yeah, Mount Etna is in Sicily, which is a fairly active volcano there also.
Oh, it is.
But not erupting like Kilauea does in Hawaii on a regular basis.
No, not so much, but I would say that most years we get at least one little eruption and
Mount
sometimes
Etna.
more. Yeah.
My parents grew up in Bel Paso, Sicily, which is on the side of Mount Etna, and my father would always tell me the stories about he remembered looking up, and as long as there was smoke coming out, he called it, of the chimney of Etna, you were okay. But when the smoke stopped, you knew that an eruption was going to happen soon. And that's pretty much a way to tell too, isn't it?
Kinda, yes. I mean, for very active volcanoes like Etna, it's a good sign that if you see a little bit of activity happening all the time, you have to worry when they go quiet because the big one is preparing.
Blow its top.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Diana. Okay, so we know you're talking about volcanoes. Diana, you're talking about what?
Estrogen and Alzheimer's disease. So one thing that most people don't realize when they hear about Alzheimer's is that women are much more likely to get Alzheimer's than men.
Women or?
Mm-hmm. So not only do women live much longer than men, so maybe that might account for that, but also they're just more prone to getting Alzheimer's than men.
And why is that?
Well, one of the theories that I work with is this idea that the drop in estrogen during menopause might relate to this kind of shock to the system that might exacerbate or increase your likelihood of getting Alzheimer's.
So what's the solution then?
Well, that's something I'll be talking about in my talk, maybe possibly estrogen therapy or hormone therapy during menopause or right before women are going to get menopause.
Yeah. So this is all going to happen on February 22nd. You're going to have two different topics? That's going to be quite an interesting evening. Are you going to go into overtime with this or what?
We'll try not to.
Yeah, so it's Science on Tap, and where's the location?
The craft beer cellar.
Okay, and everybody is invited to attend. It is free of charge.
Absolutely.
You get there at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and it'll run for
About an hour.
How are you going to cover all of this in 1 hour? But if people want to stay and talk more, they can, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We'll be available for questions after the talk.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies, and best of luck with Science on Tap.
Thank you.
Now, I want to introduce you to a young lady who was on our program about 2 years ago, Caitlin Chisham. Welcome back to Radio Friends, Caitlin. And Michael Straw, you are her vocal instructor. Caitlin is a very talented young lady who will be performing this weekend. where, Michael? You tell me.
Lake Ozark Christian Church
Yeah.
in Lake Ozark at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, the 25th.
Now, Caitlin, when you were on here last time, you were a mall,
Yes.
and you were with, it was part of the university, wasn't it, with Christine Seitz?
Yes.
You were a mall, and you have an absolutely gorgeous voice, and if you want to see what and listen to what she sounds like, we've got a little piece, maybe a 10-second video and audio of Caitlin recorded about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Listen to this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you're only 14 years old.
Yes.
Only 14 years old. So what are you going to do on Saturday?
I'm going to have a recital,
Yeah.
and I'm going to sing some music theater and classical pieces by Purcell and State Fair. So,
Now, with a voice like yours, how do you prepare? Do you rehearse every day? Do you exercise your voice each day? Or do you have to have some rest there?
I have to balance it out because I also practice piano and oboe. So I practice piano every day, then I switch oboe and voice every other day.
Michael, how do you describe a young lady like this?
Well, that's one of the great things about teaching in this community is we have lots of talented people, but she certainly is exceptional, and it helps that she has wonderful parents who are well versed in are career musicians, and so they've been able to guide her well. And so, it's interesting. You say she's 14, but she sounds more like she's 21.
Yeah, she does.
And that's rare, but not totally unusual. And the people that have an opportunity to have a career often start that way.
So, if you want to hear and see Caitlin in person, you can go Saturday night. Again, give us the location.
Lake Ozark Christian Church.
At what time?
At 7 o'clock.
And everybody is invited to attend.
Yes.
Now, you're also trying to raise money to travel to Europe, correct?
Yes.
When are you going?
I'm going in July.
And you will be doing what?
I will be doing an international competition in Llangollen, Wales.
Are you feeling confident about that, or is there any butterfly?
Yes. I'm a little nervous.
Caitlin's won many competitions for the last 3 or 4 years across this country. She was singing in New York City at Carnegie Hall in one of their auditoriums last fall. So
She has a lot of poise.
So
she has a lot of poise, right?
she's prepared.
But if you want to help out with Caitlin, you've got a GoFundMe webpage, is that right?
Yes.
So give me that address.
GoFundMe /
Caitlin to Wales.
that's it.
Okay, GoFundMe / Caitlin to Wales, or you can Google that and you'll find it, right? And I wish you the very best of luck, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back again, and oh my goodness, break a leg with that voice of yours.
Thank you.
We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, Sean Spence will be with us from the Better Business Bureau talking about scams moving through central Missouri. Bye-bye.